You want to know something, guys? We've all been scammed. We've been scammed by our government, greedy corporations, media personalities, and real estate companies. I'm coming after everyone today. No one is safe. Wait till you see this information coming up. What's going on, my YouTube friends? This is Jerry Abbott, your #1 real estate resource here in beautiful Las Vegas. Hey guys, a couple of real quick things before we dive into the video. The very first thing I want to do is say thank you to all of you. My YouTube channel just broke through 50,000 subscribers, which I never thought in a million years was going to happen. So I'm enormously grateful that you guys are subscribers. If you're not a subscriber yet and you want to learn the cold hard facts about the US economy, the US real estate market, with specific emphasis here in the Las Vegas real estate market, then definitely subscribe to the channel down below. If you happen to like the content in today's video, make sure to give me that thumbs up like, guys. That would really help the channel out. And the last thing I want to say is if you guys are thinking about relocating to the beautiful Las Vegas area, whether you're thinking about buying a home or selling a home here, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When the time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. Let's dive into the video. Okay, so where should I start? Well, let's start with the biggest, baddest wolf, the government and the Fed. I want you guys to take a look at this short video clip coming up, and then I'm going to come back on the other side and comment on it.
My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are highly attentive to the risks that high inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we are strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. Our restrictive stance of monetary policy is putting downward pressure on economic activity and inflation. The committee decided at today's meeting to maintain the target range for the federal funds rate at 5.25% to 5.5%.
So here's my opinion on how we got scammed by the government and the Fed. Now, this goes all the way back to the start of the pandemic back in 2020 when the government shut down the entire country and the entire economy. So to reignite the economy, the government then started to print trillions of dollars, which has now created this massive hyperinflationary environment that we live in, where homes, cars, food, everything costs so much money. So now the government is trying to curtail the consumer spending and get prices lower, and they've been raising interest rates steadily over the past year or so. So now here's the thing, as the Fed has raised interest rates steadily over the last year or so, it has done very little to bring prices down across all sectors. So as you just saw in that video clip, at the last Fed meeting, they decided to hold steady and not raise interest rates, which makes absolutely no sense, and it contradicts what Jerome Powell has been saying about trying to get inflation down to 2%. If they want to get it down to 2%, they have to keep raising rates, and yet they paused at the last meeting. It makes no sense. It feels like a complete scam on the American people. All right, so next up on my list are the greedy corporations, namely Wall Street and the hedge funds that are buying tens of thousands of homes and ruining the residential real estate market. I want you guys to take a look at this short video clip, and then I'm going to come back on the other side and comment on it.
The Atlanta area is one of the hottest markets for large financial firms, often backed by private equity, that buy up and rent out single-family homes. The companies typically use computer algorithms to identify desirable property so they can bid quickly. One of them is Invitation Homes, which owns more than 12,000 single-family houses in the Atlanta area, and nationwide, more than 81,000. Three other large firms own more than 100,000 homes combined. One of them just announced a $5 billion fund to buy more.
There's about 25 to 35% of the houses in this neighborhood are owned by Wall Street landlords.
So these greedy corporations and Wall Street hedge funds absolutely need to be banned from ever being able to buy tens of thousands of homes like they've been doing over the last couple of years. They have ruined the residential real estate market for the average consumer, and legislation needs to be created and enforced to prevent them from ever being able to do that. But unfortunately, again, the system is a scam because a lot of these large corporations own the politicians, and legislation most likely will never be created for this. All right, so next up on my list is the overall media and certain media personalities. I want you guys to take a look at this short 1-minute video clip, and then I'm going to come back on the other side and comment on it.
This year, something to be thankful for, a feast that won't break the bank. The American Farm Bureau estimates the typical Thanksgiving meal will cost $61.17 this year, a 4.5% decline from last year's record high price tag. According to the travel app Hopper, Thanksgiving airfare is down 14% this year, averaging just $2.68 a ticket. And with overall inflation cooling, shoppers are seeing a slowdown in price increases and even some price drops ahead of Black Friday. The nation's largest retailer, Walmart, says it's cutting prices on apparel, home items, and toys.
But I can tell you this, house prices are not going to come down. I believe that when the real estate interest rates come down, when the mortgage rates come down, all hell's going to, oh, you're not supposed to say that.
Morning television, not on Shark Tank.
Every buyer on the sideline is going to jump into the market as long as the interest rates come down to 5 or 4%. And houses are going to go up in price all over again. I wouldn't be surprised if they go up by as much as 10 or 15% when that happens.
So this is the scam with the overall media and certain media personalities. They are trying to gaslight the public by telling us that prices are coming down across many different sectors, or they're trying to tell you that you need to hurry up and buy a home, which is the most expensive purchase of your life, because only home prices are going to go up in the future. This is what I'm talking about, guys. They are trying to separate you from your money by telling you that things are not so good, or they're trying to put you into panic mode. This is a scam that the media and certain media personalities are putting out there. You need to not pay attention to it. So next on my list is home builders. Now, a lot of potential home buyers are looking at new construction because of the fact that home builders are offering a lot of incentives right now if you're buying a brand new construction home. The biggest incentive that they're offering right now is a lower buy down interest rate, which means the builders are buying down the interest rate so that you would have a lower mortgage payment. And you can see right next to me, a lot of these home builders are now offering a rate somewhere in the ballpark of about 6%, which is a lot lower right now than the current rate, which is closer to 8%. But again, what they were trying to do is offer incentives because the one thing they don't want to do is lower prices. And that to me doesn't feel like a scam, but it just feels very misleading because the bottom line is what counts the most for them. And that means they have to keep their home prices up. So they offer other incentives to try to entice these new home buyers. But again, the homes are mostly overpriced and they do not want to drop the price. That's why they're offering these incentives. All right, so next on my list is mortgage lenders. Now, mortgage lenders are the ones that facilitate the financing of a home purchase transaction, but a lot of times I don't like what they do because they have a lot of loan origination fees and other fees that can be costly to the potential home buyer. But more importantly, I want you guys to take a look at this short upcoming video clip that I filmed about a month ago showing where interest rates were back in 2021 versus now in 2023 and how much more total loan mortgage interest you have to pay. Talk about a racket, guys. Wait till you see this. I want you guys to take a look at this graphic that somebody put out on social media a couple of weeks ago talking about where your mortgage rate would have been 2 years ago compared to now and how much more interest you're paying and how much more money you're paying overall for your home loan. So let's take a look at the top. In 2021, your interest rate was 2.96% on a 30-year fixed rate. Let's say the loan amount that they have as an example here is about $400,000. The total cost of the loan is $604,000 because you're paying a total amount of interest of $204,000. Not too bad considering interest rates 2 years ago were less than 3%. Now we go down here to the bottom half. 2023, the 30-year fixed rate they have is 7.7%. Now from that previous segment that I just showed you guys, most people are not anywhere near 7.7. They're well into the 8s, but they're using the 7.7 30-year fixed rate as the example. Same loan amount here, $400,000. Total cost of the loan now, over $1 million. Total interest paid, $627,000. So now because you're at nearly an 8% rate here, you are paying $600,000+ compared to 2 years ago where you're paying about $200,000. So you're now paying triple the amount of interest just because where mortgage rates are, and it's very unfortunate for a lot of people right now. And last but certainly not least on my list is real estate companies, especially big online companies like Zillow. Now, Zillow uses an algorithm that estimates market values and home prices across the country. But lately, I've been seeing a lot of different discrepancies with this algorithm. And in the upcoming segments, I'm going to show you guys some specific examples showing you these discrepancies and the legitimacy of whether or not that algorithm is really showing true market value or not. All right, so now I'm on the most popular online real estate website, Zillow. Now, a lot of people use this website because Zillow is known for what's called their Zestimate, which is the estimated market value of all the homes around the country. What I want to do is I want to show you a few examples of homes that are for sale here in the Las Vegas area first, and then I'm going to show you a few examples of homes that are for sale around the country to show you the discrepancies that I'm seeing now with the algorithm and how they estimate homes. So let's start here in the Las Vegas area. I'm going to start in the luxury category, then I'm going to work my way down closer to the average price point. So let's start with this first luxury example. So let's take a look at this first luxury home that's for sale here in the Las Vegas area. You can see in the bottom left, this home is currently listed at $3 million. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath home, just over 5,000 square feet. But more importantly, I want to go down to the chart in just a second down below just to show you why the estimated value from Zillow does not make sense on this example. Let's take a look at the chart right now. All right, so take a look right here in the middle of the page. Just where I'm moving that small arrow, just to the right of that, it says August 2023. So that's only a couple of months ago. If we go over to the far left side, this small number, if you can't read it right there, says $2.2 million. So Zillow had this home estimated in the month of August at $2.2 million. Then this is what happened. The sellers decide to list it right there in that small box that you can see right there in September, 1 month later, for $3 million. And then this is what happened. Take a look up here in the upper left side right there, which says that number, Zestimate, $2.787 million. So here's what happened. Zillow had this home estimated at $2.2 million in August. The sellers decide to list the home for $3 million in September. And 1 month later, Zillow now has an estimated market value of almost $2.8 million when the month before they had it at $2.2 million. That's a $600,000 increase in just 1 month. That's what I'm talking about, guys. The inaccuracies of the algorithm from Zillow is starting to show up in a lot of homes because no home would ever go up, even a luxury home, $600,000 in 1 month. Let's take a look at the next example. All right, so let's take a look at this second example of a home that's for sale in the Las Vegas area. Now, this again is another luxury home example, and the reason why I'm showing it to you is because I actually had a client reach out to me a couple of months ago wanting to purchase this home for the original list price at $2 million. It has since come down $200,000 to $1.8 million. It's a 5-bedroom, 5-bath home, just over 3,000 square feet. But more importantly, I'm going to show you guys in just a second the lower chart showing the Zillow estimate, again, not making sense in this example. Let's take a look at the chart right now. All right, so focus your attention again right in the middle of the page, just where I'm moving that small arrow, just to the right of that, in that small chart, that box says August of 2023. So again, only a couple of months ago, if we go over to the far left side here, that small number says $1.2 million. Now here's what happened. The sellers decided to list the home, you can see right there in that box, in September for $2 million. And this is what Zillow did again. Take a look up here in the upper left. $1.7 million is now the new Zestimate. So again, let's go backwards. In August of 2023, Zillow had the home estimated at $1.2 million. The sellers then put this home on the market in September for $2 million, and Zillow once again automatically raised the price very high, close to the list price. So now it's estimated at $1.7 million. So it's not at $2 million, but it's at 1.7. That's a $500,000 increase in the estimate, again, in 1 month. Doesn't make sense. The algorithm is showing tremendous amounts of inaccuracies, and this again is another perfect example of that. Let's take a look at the next example. All right, so let's take a look at this third example of a home that's for sale in the Las Vegas area. If you take a look down in the bottom left, you can see the current list price is $580,000, but just above it in that small red text, it says price cut $25,000. So this home was originally listed at $605,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, just over 1,800 square feet. But again, I'm going to go down into the lower chart to show you the inconsistencies of the Zillow algorithm in terms of what the true value is of this home. Let's take a look at the chart right now. So focus your attention again right here in the middle of the page, right where I'm moving that small arrow. Just to the right of that, it says October 2023. So that's only 1 month ago. If we go over to the far left side here, that small number says $493,000. That means Zillow had this home estimated last month at $493,000. Now here's what happened. The sellers decided to list the home right there. You can see listed for $605,000 this month, only a month later in November for $605,000. Now take a look up here at the Zestimate. So Zillow now has the estimate at $602,000. So let's go backwards for a second. A month ago, Zillow had the home estimated at $493,000. The sellers came on the market this month at $605, and Zillow automatically raised the price over $100,000 in 1 month. Again, it makes no sense what the algorithm is doing on Zillow because no home goes up in value $100,000 in 1 month at this price point. Let's take a look at the next example. All right, so even though I'm in the Las Vegas area and there's a lot of homes for sale in the Las Vegas area showing these kinds of pricing discrepancies on the popular real estate website Zillow, I wanted to step outside the Las Vegas area and show you a few examples of homes for sale around the country with these same pricing discrepancies on Zillow. So I happen to pick this area in Southern California. This is about the average price point here at $945,000. This is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath home, just over 4,000 square feet. And I want to show you guys now the chart down below showing these same pricing discrepancies on Zillow. Let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so again, focus your attention right here in the middle of the screen, right where I'm moving that small arrow. This home was sold in September, just 2 months ago, for $735,000. Now here's the mind-boggling part here. Take a look right here. This home was listed for $945,000 just a couple of weeks ago. That's over a $200,000 price increase in just 2 months. So what did Zillow do? Take a look up here in the upper left. The Zestimate, $949,000. So Zillow in 2 months took the home from a value standpoint of $735,000 and automatically raised it $200,000 up to $950,000 just because the sellers listed it at this price. Again, this does not make sense. The algorithm is not working in any kind of accurate fashion because no home, even at this price point, goes up $200,000 like this in just 2 months. Let's take a look at the next example. Okay, so in this next example, we're moving up to the Seattle, Washington area, which happens to have some of the most expensive real estate in the country. And you can take a look at the picture of that home. It's very small, only 800 square feet, but take a look at that price point. It's listed at $700,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. It's amazing how expensive these homes are for just 800 square feet. But again, I want to show you guys the chart down below to, again, show you the Zillow inaccuracies of the algorithm. Let's take a look at that right now. All right, so again, focus your attention right here in the middle of the screen, right where I'm moving that small arrow. Just to the right of that, it says July 2023. If we go over here to the far left, Zillow had this home right there. That small number says $504,000. So in July of 2023, this home from Zillow was estimated at $504,000. Now here's the crazy thing. If we go right here to August 2023, if we go back to this right here on the far left, it now says $759,000. That's a $250,000 price jump in just 1 month, which of course makes no sense. Now, if we go just above it here, the current Zestimate is $707,000. So even though it dropped down a little bit, this is a $200,000 price increase in just 1 month from July to August. Again, makes absolutely no sense. The Zillow algorithm, again, is showing constant inconsistencies across the board throughout the country. Let's take a look at the final example. Okay, so in this final example, I just randomly picked Nashville, Tennessee. So now we're heading over to the eastern side of the country. You can see this home here is currently listed at $635,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,800 square foot home. But again, I want to show you guys the chart down below, once again showing the inaccuracies of the Zillow estimate on this home. Let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so focus your attention one more time right here in the middle of the screen, just to the right of my small arrow. It says October of 2023, so that's just 1 month ago. If we go over to the far left here, that small number right there says $452,000. That's what Zillow had this home estimated at just 1 month ago. Now, if we go back to the far right here and we take a look at the current list price, let's take a look here. List price, $635,000 just a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of November. So take a look up here. As soon as the sellers listed it for $635,000, look at the Zestimate, $626,000. So again, let's go backwards. 1 month ago, Zillow had this home estimated at $450,000. Now, a month later, because the sellers listed it right around $635,000, Zillow has raised the price of their estimate $175,000 in 1 month. Again, it makes absolutely no sense that the estimate from Zillow across the country has this many inaccuracies, and I'm seeing it more and more throughout the country.
So the bottom line is this: after seeing all of that information, whether it's corporate greed or the media or someone trying to tell you to buy a home right now in this current market, we all just feel scammed and ripped off. The worst part is that the media keeps gaslighting the public, telling everyone that everything is okay. Everything is definitely not okay. And I know we can't boycott everything, but when it comes to high-ticket finance items like homes and cars, if you do not have to buy a home or a car right now,
don't do it, because in my opinion, the economy is about to hit rough water, especially as we go through 2024, and I think prices are definitely going to be coming down. So before we end today's video, I just want to give a shout out to my favorite comment from last week's video, and it's actually two different comments from two people discussing the same subject that I just talked about regarding Zillow. I'm going to put both comments up here on screen. I'm going to read both of them to you, and then I'm going to come back on the other side and comment on it. So the first comment is from Mike, and he says, yes, the Zillow algorithm is pretty lazy. My home in DC had a Zestimate of $719,000. I listed it for $869,000, and suddenly the Zestimate was $869,000. The next comment is from Darren, who says, I noticed a bunch of those price spikes on Zillow this morning before I watched your show. Home was valued at $298,000, then listed for $335,000. Zillow estimate switched to $323,000 overnight. So I'm not the only one that's seeing a lot of inconsistencies with the Zillow algorithm. What I want you guys to do is I want you to drop me a comment down below and let me know one of two things. Number one, do you think Zillow is doing this deliberately because they're in the business of buying and selling homes and it's in their benefit to keep the market propped up and keep prices higher? Or two, do you just think that their algorithm is not good enough and doesn't provide accurate information on the estimates of homes around the country? And one final thing, guys, if you're still with me this deep into the video, I was just interviewed a couple of weeks ago on a podcast for about 2 hours discussing all different kinds of subjects. I'm going to show you a quick highlight reel coming up, and if you want to check it out, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. Let's take a look at the highlight reel right now. All of the rate hikes until now have done zero to curb inflation. Zero. So they say, oh yeah, the media loves to report, oh, inflation is coming down. No, it's not. I just showed on my video that I just did last week, my pack of gum that I buy at the grocery store costs $2.50, and it used to cost $1. Or like a woman just commented on one of my videos, she gets her oil change at Walmart. Right. She pays $45 now, she used to pay $20. From the standpoint of buying, if you have to because you're moving for a family or for a job transfer, that's different. If you got a lot of scratch and you live in California and you got a lot of money and you want to buy and downsize it down and pay cash, I get all that. That's what's been driving and contributing to these higher prices. But the average people that just say, hey, I want to move to Vegas, I want to buy a home, I want to do this, I'm like, why? We're at near record prices still, and we're at 23-year high interest rates. It is literally like a Mike Tyson 1-2 punch to your face. Why would you want to jump in to that kind of frying pan? It doesn't make any sense. And that's why, like, I'm sure a lot of people, like a lot of the agents in this town, they don't like me because a lot of it, they think, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's clickbaity. But I see the people, thousands of comments on my videos every week. They're all saying the same thing. They can't afford to live like this.
Well, speaking of Bitcoin, do you think it's the solution to any of the problems?
I am a massive fan of Bitcoin. I've been an investor for several years.
I ask, what's your like portfolio breakdown in terms of like how much of your net worth's in like stocks versus real estate versus Bitcoin?
The majority for me is definitely Bitcoin.
The majority's in Bitcoin.
Yes. Well over 50%.
Maximalist. We're in the presence of a Bitcoin maximalist.
I have met a couple of Bitcoin maximalists, but like I never thought you were that deep into the Bitcoin.
You know Grant Cardone?
Sure.
He has a book called Be Obsessed or Be Average. I've read that book and I'm like 100% true. Like if I said I want to become the greatest real estate agent in Las Vegas, I'm going to be obsessed about it. How do I bring all that money and all that business in? Well, doing YouTube, different things, whatever. You have to be obsessed about something to become great at it. It's that simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I also hope you appreciate my transparency. Like I've said before, I'm always going to keep it 100% real on this channel regarding the overall real estate market with specific emphasis here in the Las Vegas area. So like I said earlier in the video, guys, you need to be careful who you listen to right now. There's a lot of things out there that feel like a scam or a ripoff, especially when it comes to buying a home. If you don't have to buy a home right now, don't do it. Sit on the sidelines. I definitely think the economy is going to hit rough water as we go through the rest of this year and into 2024. If you are thinking about buying a home, especially here in the Las Vegas area, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When the time is right for you, just reach out to me anytime. You can call, text, or email me, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. I'll see you in the next video.